Hello and welcome to Studio 415. On today's show, you'll hear what options there are for teenagers who want to break away from addiction. You'll hear how the Carroll Theater Department prepares for the curtain to open on its productions, and you'll see how the Unified Flag football team is doing. All of that and more coming up next.
My favorite part of directing any play is that everyone's having fun.
I was just going for the excitement and, hanging around with a bad group of people.
Be able to have some deeper conversations and really be able to dig into some of the tough things.
Welcome to Studio 415. I'm Zoe Garwood. According to substance abuse statistics, more than 4,000 young adults in America between the ages of 15 and 24 have overdosed on an addictive drug. Studies also show that 17% of the entire youth population have grown an addiction to a drug, resulting in the loss of relationships, poor health benefits, and sometimes even death. However, there are several programs and organizations in Fort Wayne to help support our community towards the fight against addiction, including support here at Carroll High School. Studio 415 reporter Carter Hapner provides detail on what substance abuse is, how to prevent it, and steps to take if you or someone you know is calling out for help.
Thanks, Zoe. I had the opportunity to speak with several professionals who have dedicated their lives around the research and recovery of drug abuse. I also spoke with a Carroll student who struggled with his own addiction and how he was able to change his life for the better. The struggle to maintain a healthy, responsible lifestyle is a part of high school that every person in their youth will experience. But what happens when the weight becomes too much to carry? An accessible solution that a majority find themselves experimenting with are drugs. The appeal of a substance that promises a solution to your problems is what causes hardship of many teens around the world. Although their current problem might be solved, a new one arises: addiction. Jordan Fernandez, an AP psychology teacher at Carroll, spoke with me about many aspects of this topic, including the professional groups of drugs and their effects.
The term we use in psychology is a psychotic substance, or a psychoactive substance, I guess I should say, so that it engages the brain in one of three ways. So a drug can either be a stimulant, a depressant, or a psychedelic, which produces neural activity that shouldn't be there.
Given the mind doesn't officially develop until age 25, Jordan expressed her concern for students to seek help as soon as possible and shares a healthy route to take in refusing the substance.
I think what we would probably recommend, I think what any psychologist would recommend, is just not trying to do it alone. I mean, if you are under the influence of any kind of opiate, so that's heroin, but any narcotic. I mean, we talk about like how easily Vicodin is sometimes distributed by our healthcare system and things like that. That kind of dependence, I think a lot of people feel pressured to hide, and psychologists would just recommend that you don't do that.
A vast majority of teens feel embarrassed or guilty of their addictions and find it especially hard to share it with others. But for CAMDEN CARPER, he feels the opposite and hopes his story can educate others on the dangers of substance abuse.
I had multiple times where I led to drugs and a lot of depression, and it's a way to cope, and many people go to that, which I don't know, it's not a good way to go.
As a member of the Christian faith, CAMDEN enjoys traveling to a variety of local churches in Fort Wayne. There, he gives motivational speeches to members of the youth and hopes that his story can inspire others to make a change.
Once they get done and they want to stop, they struggle to make new ways of coping. They struggle to find healthy ways to cope. And yeah, it was a struggle. I didn't get any help. I pretty much did it by myself, and yeah, it was hard.
This is the most sober I've been in about 10 years, and that's about half my life. So I'm happy with being sober. I'm happy with living life, and I never thought it would be like that.
What other resources are available besides the services provided at Carroll? Fort Wayne Recovery, located at 310 East DuPont Road, is interested in helping anyone seeking a safe place to find recovery. Here, you'll find an amazing staff team willing to help you towards every step in your journey to recovery. For Studio 415, I'm Carter Hapner.
With extracurriculars back in full swing, students are making a return back to the stage this fall with the play Badger. Studio 415 reporter Riley Bilger goes backstage to look into the show and how students prepared for the big opening night.
Thanks, Zoe. With entertainment being such a large part of our culture nowadays, it often gets overlooked how much time, dedication, and effort goes into different productions. In my story, I was able to go behind the scenes to talk to the cast on what it takes to create such an amazing show.
Every fall, the Carroll Theater Department, led by director Steve Pearson, presents a production for students, parents, faculty, and anyone else that just wants to enjoy the talent that Carroll has to offer. But this year, Pearson brings heavier topics into the spotlight.
It's about 5 ladies who have taken over the men's factory parts as they have gone off to war, and the harassment they've gone through, and they just weren't wanted there. It's equal pay, equal work, all that kind of thing.
Seniors who have been doing the play now for 4 years are excited about this change. Senior actress NATALIE LINNEMIER says she is excited to spend her senior year on the stage.
Well, I've been doing the play since freshman year, so of course, like being a senior, got to finish strong, so I thought might as well go out for them again.
But seniors are not the only stars on stage. The play is open to students of all grades, and theater allows freshmen to find that they had a passion for something they had yet to discover.
I really like doing things in the theater department. I also auditioned in a musical, and just being on stage and putting something together with a group of people is really exciting, and it's something I enjoy, so I decided to audition.
All of these actors work together hours on end after school in order to allow for an incredible show, drawing in crowds of people. This is a great way for Carroll to be able to display what the theater department works so hard at year-round.
Although the play has closed its curtains, be sure to come out and show your support for all the talent Carroll has to offer during their winter production, Shrek the Musical. For Studio 415, I'm Riley Bilger.
Sports are a huge part in the lives of the CHS student body. Carroll's unified flag football team is connecting students one game at a time. Studio 415 reporter Alex Marsee spent time with the team to see what they're all about.
In 2012, Special Olympics Indiana created a student-led organization called Champions Together to advocate for student athletes with intellectual disability. Carroll High School has adopted many Champions Together sports. This fall, the United Flag football team has represented true sportsmanship. The team is made up of athletes with intellectual disabilities who are partnered with other student athletes. Due to COVID, the team has had to downsize from their more than 150 students in the program to around 40. They still work hard each season, practicing multiple times a week and playing up to 10 games competitively against other schools. Each game is played with 5 athletes per team on the field. The game follows many of the same rules as regular football, but flags are used in place of tackling and the field has modified boundaries. For many of these athletes, football is an opportunity to play a sport they love within a supportive community. Senior Corbin Wilson says that he enjoys the thrill of the game.
I just like playing football. It's my favorite sport I like to play. It's very competitive, and I just enjoy being around everyone.
Not only does the team learn football skills, but they also join an encouraging environment that teaches everything from problem-solving skills to building lifelong friendships. Junior Jacob Reynolds believes that community is the cord that holds the team together.
I think that everything relies on community and working together. Like, being alone is horrible and people can't function without it.
Above all, Unified Flag Football wants to create a place where everyone feels loved. Coach Alan Bodensee says that people should always choose kindness.
It's everybody being kind to everybody. You don't know what kind of day somebody's had. You don't know what's going on at home. So, just a hand on the shoulder and, maybe a smile, a hello, whatever it is, can make somebody's day.
Although the season is quickly coming to a close, these athletes are making every moment count. Look out for other Champions Together programs throughout the year. For Studio 415, I'm Alex Marsee.
Many Carroll students take on the responsibility of a job alongside their academic schedule, ranging from fast food to retail and anything in between. Studio 415 reporter Brendan Mullet explored one of the more unique jobs that high schoolers can obtain.
Thanks, Zoe. I talked to the owner and staff over at Combat Ops Entertainment to discover what this unique business has to offer.
Combat Ops, located on 702 Lay Road, is a tactical laser tag arena entertainment center that has been around since November of 2016. Along with its flagship laser tag experience, Combat Ops offers an arcade, axe throwing, Nerf arena, mini golf, bowling, and other family fun activities. The organization says their main goal is to make sure each family and customer has the best experience they possibly can. Owner of Combat Ops, David DIMBERIO, asserts that this job teaches his employees more than just running laser tag.
If they're having fun, our guests have fun, so it just sort of trickles down. And then another great thing about this job is I've had high school students repeatedly thank me because their public speaking skills have improved so much. You know, because all they're doing is, if you're running a laser tag session, you're speaking to not only a bunch of kids, but primarily a bunch of adults too.
To complement DIMBERIO's promise of being a great first job, current employee and Carroll sophomore Joey Taylor, who has been employed at Combat Ops for 4 months, says that the personal rewards of his job make the difference.
Favorite part about my job is just, you know, helping the kids out and like messing around with the kids, because a kid like me, I like to mess around and hang out with kids, you know, and just have fun.
Along with Taylor, the majority of Combat Ops teenage staff are Carroll students, as the fun, unique environment has attracted many younger hirees. On top of being in charge of a laser tag arena and enjoying a mostly stress-free environment, Taylor says his experience from working beside his fellow chargers has bred a new camaraderie among them.
I feel that having a student, high schools, like going to the same high school with these kids is also like bonding skills that I get to build up, because I see them in the hallways and like we're always talking to each other, and I just feel like it's good to have like something like that on the job.
If you're a current high school student looking for a job and stocking shelves and fast food isn't your thing, Combat Ops might be the job that'll blast your doubts and expectations away. And for next weekend only for all Carroll students, if you come in and show your Carroll ID, you'll receive 20% off laser and Nerf tag. The Combat Ops family hopes to see you there. For Studio 415, I'm Brendan Mullen.
Carroll High School has welcomed many new teachers this year. Among them is history teacher and assistant wrestling coach Kyle Wood. Studio 415 reporter Etta Horton brings you more on his journey to CHS.
Former Carroll Middle School social studies teacher Kyle Wood has decided to come to the high school. Before his time at the middle school, he spent 7 years between Huntington North and Manchester High School. He says he enjoyed his time teaching at CMS, but was ready for a change and was excited for the chance to work in a building with older students, as well as get to see some of his former students from the middle school.
Really enjoyed the staff here. I've enjoyed being able to get to know some folks that just kind of knew in passing, but at the same time also it's been a lot of fun to be able to see more frequently some of the students I've had in the past.
Other than teaching history, Wood looks forward to making connections with his students through having meaningful, civilized conversations that go below the surface and touch on greater topics.
Just the chance to work with kids who were more mature, be able to have some deeper conversations and really be able to dig into some of the tough things and be able to dialogue about those and have some really productive conversations.
Besides teaching, Wood is involved in the wrestling program here at Carroll. This is his 6th season as an assistant coach, and he looks forward to making connections with his students through wrestling as well as through teaching.
Success at the Carroll wrestling program has allowed Wood to experience a greater bond and be a part of their recent successful season, going 19-4.
Yes, I am an assistant wrestling coach at Carroll High School, and I've been that for, I think, this is my 6th season helping out as assistant wrestling coach.
The need for history help or wanting to get to know Mr. Wood, you can stop by in room 217 and he would be happy to talk to you. For Studio 415, I'm Etta Horton.
That's all we have for today. Thanks for watching. If you have a story idea, please let us know. For all of us here at Studio 415, have a great day, Carroll.
Sunny days and friendly smiles, walk the halls with me. Studio